Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order, by could please. Guys, we all stand for salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman DeGroot is excused. Councilwoman Hayner.
Here.
Councilman Secreto. Councilman Van Cleek.
Here.
Supervisor Quigley.
Here. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda?
None from me.
None.
None, we'll move on. We will now open the floor to public discussion for agenda items. Actually, if we could, why don't we change the order of the agenda, because we need the floor, something very special. Chief, I would turn it over to you for swearing in of the newest sergeant.
Officer Bailey, in the camera.
I'll put this up here.
Sorry.
Just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Sean Bailey,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
that I faithfully discharge
the duties of police sergeant
the duties of police sergeant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank
I'd like to make note, she did say he did a good job with the baby today, so she wouldn't hurt him too bad.
I want to thank Chief Berardi, the town board, town supervisor, for this great opportunity. I'd also like to thank my family, coworkers, friends, and hi, Lincoln, and my wife. And I look forward to serving this community and this agency for many more years to come. Thank you.
So much for public comment. At this time, we'll go back to the agenda. If there is anyone that wanted to make a comment or public discussion on an agenda item, again, the first session has to do with the public comment has to do with an agenda item. Is there anyone wish to say anything? Seeing no one, we will continue on with the agenda. Are there any, excuse me? Oh, yeah.
I just text.
Do we have communications?
No excuse me, no communications this evening.
There are no communications. Seeing we are still a bit early, we have for the 7:10 public hearing, we'll move on with regular agenda items. First, we have the presentation and acceptance of the final 2023 financial reports for the town clerk's office and justice court. Any motion to accept? Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, aye? Anyone opposed? All in favor, unanimous. Number two, we have a presentation and acceptance of the final 2023 audit reports for the town. Are there any questions or comments? Motion to accept?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Then moved and seconded. Are there any other questions or comments now? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous. Presentation and acceptance of the final 2024 GASB 75 post-retirement welfare benefit actuarial report. Entertain a motion to be accepted.
I'll make the motion.
It's been moved and seconded by Rocky. Okay, moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Approved, unanimous. We have the presentation only of the fund balance analysis included in the report. That will be discussed at our next meeting. So it's there. We have
Deputy Supervisor,
Sure.
I asked that the previous 4 items be publicly presented through the town's website by the town clerk as soon as possible.
When should we expect those on the website?
This evening,
Oh, okay,
yes,
not tomorrow, but this evening.
this evening, yes.
Right. Enclosed in your packet, we had a copy of the documents pertaining to the, it's called the Catalyst Company. They are the company that now owns the company that supports the software that we use for billing in the water department. And who knows, in a year, we may get a notice from some other company that bought another company. But we need a motion to authorize the supervisor's office to sign the agreement.
I'll
It's
second.
been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions?
None.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Approved unanimously. We are back to the personnel department. Another police department issue. Go ahead. Positive issue.
This comes at the request of our chief Berardi. These will be 3 part-time police officers hires. They're coming out of the academy. They'll still have to do phase 2 at the academy. I'll read off their names. It's Emily T. Aldrich, Chris J. Curran, and Joaquin M. White. It comes out of the Police Department General Fund. It's part-time, non-competitive. It's a union position with the PBA. No health insurance. It's a step 1. Wage will be $27.32. And chief is looking at a 6/10/2024 date, a start date. And I ask a motion that we hire all 3 as part-time police officers.
I'll make that motion.
And second? Bob, you're seconding that?
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions, comments?
No, all 3 were very, very good grades. 2 are dispatchers, right now working for the town of Marlboro.
Mhm.
So they do know some of the police activities that go on.
And they are in training right now. till-
Right, they're at the police academy right now.
Okay, excellent. With that, we need a roll call, please.
Councilwoman DeGroot is excused. Councilwoman Hayner,
Yeah.
Councilman Secreto,
Yes.
Councilman and Deputy Supervisor Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes,
We have a motion to close the the Katrine Lane Stormwater checking account at the Bank of Greene County. This
So moved.
is moved and seconded.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. This is a general accounting practice for an inactive account. I need a motion. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? No one's opposed. Motion carries. We have a resolution authorizing the town of Ulster Superintendent of Highways to manage the staffing and maintenance of all town-owned and operated parks. That is included in your packet. I would need someone to make a motion for that, please.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Let's move to second. Are there any questions or comments about that? No questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman DeGroot is excused. Councilwoman Hayner,
Yeah.
Councilman Secreto, Councilman and Deputy Supervisor Van Cleek,
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
yes,
long-awaited handbook. The motion, we have now included in your packet the cover pages for the draft copy of the entire handbook. It has been reviewed by our unions, it's been reviewed by our management and leadership. It's been reviewed by all of us. It's been presented to the public. We would now like to entertain a motion that the handbook be approved and as official effective today for this evening for our town.
So
I make that
moved.
motion.
Moved, seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed? Unanimous.
Mr. Deputy Supervisor,
Yes.
I ask that this be published to the town's website at the earliest possible moment.
It will be published and it also printed documents will be given out to all the town employees. Next on our agenda, it's 7:10. Time to turn the pages back and look at our famous dog law. Having a public hearing pertaining to Chapter 127 of the Parks being enacted by the town board of the town of Ulster, County of Ulster, State of New York. And the law is, verbiage is in the packet. We will now open the floor to any public comments. For the public, now we need a motion to open the public hearing.
I make that motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
No one, anybody opposed? Okay, so now we have public comment. Go ahead. Yes,
Can you explain what it is?
it's all written out here. Basically, what we're doing is currently the parks do not allow for dogs at all. What this rule is changing is that dogs will be allowed under the limitations listed in this law. And for instance, they will be allowed, they all have to be on a leash, whether it's a companion dog or a help dog,
Service dog.
service dog. Any dog will have to be on a leash. The problem that we're running into right now is at the parks, we have a no dog rule. But people are allowed to have dogs if they're service dogs or companion dogs. This becomes a problem. We don't want to be confronting people under that nature, but all service and companion dogs must be on a leash. So in reviewing this, we felt it best to make a law that allows for dogs to be at the parks, but to be on a leash and to follow these rules as far as cleanup. And it would allow our staff to not have to wonder the circumstance that the dog is there, but that dogs are allowed.
And we're not allowed to ask if they're a licensed dog, so.
Right. So working with the park staff, talking with others, and realizing that times have changed and dog acceptance is more in our society than what it was back when the rules were originally made. It felt that this was an appropriate time to change that rule, so.
Well, it makes it easier on our staff too. They don't have to confront anyone.
Yeah,
Because there's always someone that'll give them a wise answer.
Yeah, that's good. Do you have any limitations on the leash length?
It's 15 feet, not inches.
It was 15 inches in the paper.
Yeah, and it was probably our fault. It was probably my fault when it was typed up, because that shift key for the inches and not for feet. And I thought it was the lawyer's fault. He said it was my fault. I thought it was the Freeman's fault. So
It's probably.
I take the blame. It's my fault.
I did not see it in the agreement.
Yeah. So it's 15-foot leash.
That's great.
That was my daughter's recommendation.
I like it.
Any other comments from, yes, please, Laura?
As a dog owner,
Good
Um,
graphics.
I gotta bring graphics, she's here with me. Let the dogs in. Our Democratic Committee, we've had the SPCA down there, we've always had to ask permission, which has always been given, thankfully. And we've helped get a lot of dogs adopted through that, but the dog and parks go together. If I might make a couple of suggestions, as you know, I live near Forsyth Park and I walk through there every day and we've been having issues with cleanup. And so I would make recommendations to make sure that there's enough trash bins for people to put their waste bags in, because if there aren't, they won't pick it up then.
Mhm.
And that's a big issue in Forsyth Park. And maybe we could get a business in town for a season to sponsor doggy bags and put them in posts so that people really don't have an excuse. People are still gonna do it, but we can just try to do, because I know that's gonna be the biggest issue coming up. But having the trash cans there and available for people to throw their bags in is really more helpful to encourage them to do it, so. Thank you.
And for this year, we are already acquiring the doggy bag, the bags. Yeah.
And
I gotta be
have-
careful. My family has a name for them, you know.
Yeah, we all discussed that whole doggy bag situation the other day.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a new challenge for the park attendants to have to deal with the public now on a new front, and that is picking up after your dog. This law then would also pertain to the parks that we have, so hopefully going forward, this would be a policy of the town that we would always be this. Any other comments or in the public time? So why don't we go ahead and take a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make it.
I'll send it.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, public hearing is closed. Handbook. Okay, final thing to talk about in our packet. We have recommendations from Hemlock Lighting regarding. We had requests by some people that use the town hall regularly that was concerned about the lighting on this property. So we had a company through our engineer, we contracted with another lighting engineer that came up with 3 designs to remedy the parking lot light situation here at the town. They gave us one remedy was to just add some additional light. Number 2 is to add some additional light and fix some lighting. Number 3 or C was a whole redoing of the lighting system here, which would be, what is the name for that when it's dark light or dark?
Night sky
Night sky lighting,
or dark sky.
dark sky lighting, okay. And so that the lighting would not go off the Warren, what word should we have not used? Dark sky light.
Dark, we should down is dark sky clients. What you're looking for is you don't want light trespass.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes,
But that's not the majority of what the quote is for.
but it will address where we can correct that. So in the packet, there was the simplest recommendation, the moderate, and one was the full. And what this will do now is what we have the option to do is take this recommendation and put it out to bid for a company to come in and actually install the recommended lighting package. So you all had a chance to look at that? And do we have a recommendation from the board what we'd like to do at this time?
I recommend we do option C, quote 1018, do the whole overall.
So that would be to go out to bid for that, okay. Sue, is that what you need from us, would be a motion to go out to bid?
Yes.
Do a bid, okay, a
I'll
motion,
second.
it's been seconded, all in favor? Aye, anyone opposed? Okay, so we will go out to bid on that, and then that doesn't mean we're going to do it, that means we're gonna go out to bid to find what the cost will be. To go through that, much.
If I may, concerns were raised about adequate lighting at the entrance to the parking lots from Town Hall Drive. Option C will have 3 light poles placed along Town Hall Drive, illuminating the entrance driveways coming into the Town Hall parking lot, as well as 2 poles along the 209 exit ramp over here by the senior center, illuminating the parking lot from that direction, as well as a new light pole in front of the town hall and relighting of the senior center and the exterior lighting on the police department's parking area so as to reduce light trespass.
And we did also get a request from the police chief to consider putting the nationally renowned green police light on a pole. But it is recognized though, it's for public safety, that's what it is. So that would be included also. I was asked a question earlier today and I did not address it properly before. question had to do with our closing the checking account for the Katrina Lane project. That project had been canceled due to circumstances. That does not mean that the town is forever abandoning that project. That is still something that is on our agenda to be done when it can be done. That was an accounting requirement that we close out the account. That means nothing else than that we are closing a checking account. It does not mean we are abandoning future desires to do corrective work in that neighborhood. I want to be clear about that when we do that. Are there any other comments from the board members? Okay, with that, we will now move on to public comment about anything. This is it, you have 3 minutes each. Sir, just give us your name and,
Larry Quick, Old State Road.
excuse me?
Larry Quick, Old
Hi,
State Road.
That's not.
At the four-way going into the Walmart Mall there's a pothole. It's been there for 6-7 months. They haven't fixed it yet.
Are you talking about down on 9W or up?
Yeah, on 9W, where the 9W where it goes up in there.
Mhm.
If you're coming into Kingston this way, right there, there's a pothole. It's been there. It's only about that wide now, but if you hit that with your car, you're gonna end up
Okay.
doing the front end of alignment.
Okay,
The county road.
yeah, so, yeah, that's state and county, but Frank, you can drive by that and take a look, let somebody know. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, please.
Yeah, hi, Vicky
Hi.
Carini, 170 Ledge Road. I just have a question about your parking lot lighting that you're looking at. You said dark sky, does that, where it illuminates down rather than up into the sky? So that it's not, it's bird friendly.
It's completely compliance to everything we do in town.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yes, Laura.
This just occurred to me. Has anybody seen the video that has recently circulated with Mandy Patinkin up at Hudson Valley Mall that just got published?
Excuse me, Madam Clerk, is anyone?
Daily
taking the
Freeman?
video?
Yes, we posted it on Instagram and we talked about it about
Yeah.
half an hour ago in
So we all
caucus.
thought about it at the same time.
Perhaps it's a good time to start thinking about them all. And one thing that really, I gotta say, that irritates me, all those photos that they have up there, all say Kingston, New York. There's not one thing that says Town of Ulster where the mall resides. And that should absolutely be corrected somehow. But it's a point for us, I think, to start thinking about. So
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah, thank you very much. Anyone else have any comments? Yes, please.
Good evening. My name is Eileen Murphy, 114 Quail Drive in Kingston, Town of Ulster. And my question is, any updates on the Xena National? The last thing that I read was in Hudson Valley 1 on 3/20/24, when they were going to use the 104 acres in the town of Ulster. And the last that I can recall is that on April 9th, there was going to be an Ulster Woodstock Planning Board meeting. And I haven't seen too much in the paper. I have admittedly been a little bit busy, so I have not been able to attend. But I wondered if there were a brief update on the status of Xena development in the town of Ulster. Thank you.
We could probably give you a detailed update at the next meeting, okay? So, because you're requesting it now, but we would be better able to give you a detailed update at that time. Anyone else, please? Yes.
One other question, Vicky Carini at 170 Ledge Road. About the Xena development, have they presented an application to the town of Ulster?
We can get you an answer. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
So we can get you an answer on that.
Thank you.
That'll be either by the next meeting or before, we'll let you know.
Yes,
Excuse me?
the answer is yes.
Oh,
They
wow.
are not on the next agenda though.
Okay, did everyone hear that? The answer was yes, but they are not on the next agenda.
Next planning board agenda is next Tuesday. They did not make a cutoff to be on that. So they probably won't go.
Okay, did you hear that? Eileen, did you hear that? Good, okay, just making sure. That helps answer some of our questions, right?
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have comments or to make tonight? In honor of the esteemed Freeman report, would you like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
You're welcome.
You want to abstain from that, Jim?
No, I'm fully in support of that motion.
Meeting's over. Thank you all for coming.
The one who did, in fact, right, 15 inches, that guy.